My name's James Tyler and I'm a visual artist based in Canberra in the ACT Australia. My work for Whose Land Is This is Economics of Water, which looks at the mismanagement of the Murray-Darling River system. The Murray-Darling River system is the largest river in Australia and stretches across 5 states and territories on the east coast, from Queensland in the north through New South Wales onto the Murrumbidgee River here, which is a tributary of the Murray River, as well as the Murray River that runs through Victoria, New South Wales, and through to South Australia at the mouth of the Murray. The river has been sustainably used by Indigenous people for about 65,000 years, and it was home to 20 different Aboriginal nations who have used it sustainably for prior to British colonisation 200 years ago, but still people use these waterways today. Since British colonisation, the river has been in steady decline because the water has been used for economic gain, and probably the worst in the last 30 to 50 years. The river has got to the point where industry has been destroying the natural flows of the river system. So both the federal and state governments had set up human-made infrastructure to divert water out of the river system so that it can be used for agriculture such as cotton and food. And this large-scale farming has led to the ecosystem sort of collapsing. And in 2018 and 2019, during Australia's last drought, the river got to a point where the river wasn't flowing anymore. And at Menindee in 2018 and early 2019, the river dried up so much and was so polluted by blue-green algae that they had 2 major fish kills. And this kind of was probably the biggest wake-up call about how poor the river has been looked after by those state and federal governments. There's been many different royal commissions and reports into the river system, but largely the river has been neglected because of economic gain from these large-scale industries that take water. And because there isn't a natural flow, these rivers have just declined over time. So my work, Economics of Water, basically is drawing attention to how this river system has been declined. So it is a series of black and white photos of Menindee on the Barker-Darling River on Barkindji country. And it's a place where I grew up on the river and around Menindee Lakes. And so the Menindee Lakes were used largely for food agriculture as well as cotton, but in recent years hasn't been able to sustain any kind of industry because the water quality has been so poor. My black and white photographs of this landscape are overlaid with gold shapes, which represent this human-made infrastructure that has been used for water diversion for industry. And this work also highlights about whose land is this and who controls this land. So the land is largely controlled by the federal and state governments, and First Nations people don't have a huge amount of say in its sustainable management. And I think for me, it is something that talking about how these systems are used by the Western colonial powers for basically monetary gain rather than the environment. So that's my work for Whose Land Is This? Thank you.